Yo, Chandu, you are so fast. You almost joined before I pushed live stream button. Yes, Chandu, I had dinner. And today I had too much coffee. And sensations in my body are a little bit challenging today because of too much caffeine. No, I don't smoke. I just listen to my body each day and try to understand what it needs to eat. Try to just listen. But at breakfast, I each day eat banana and protein shake and spinach smoothie. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, Batman. No, Batman, I'm not happy and I'm not sad. I don't hold these states in me. No need to hold any state in you, even bliss. Yo, Misha. Mishra. Chill, Batman. Stream is about self-inquiry. Stream is about thinker of thoughts, controller of life. Who is that? This stream is about everything that you are attached to, identified with. My opinion on God. My opinion on God, dude, comes and goes. And it can change. Because for me, God is just a word, empty word. It's just clear that this life is, this moment is, you are alive. Each moment this world is created. But I don't have some crazy opinions about God, some specific opinions. Can you imagine that someone can live freely without needing to know what is God? What do you mean, massive pupils? Maybe Gupta, I don't know. There are too many Guptas in the world. Dude, if you want me to smile when you say smile, it will be the fakest thing. How would that make you feel good if smile comes unnaturally, forced? No, Foodie, I'm not ignoring you. But I don't have nothing to answer to you as well. Jesus 2.0. Nah, man. Brian May. No, Gupta. I don't get irritated with all these irrelevant chats because they don't stick to me. Each moment in my perception is allowed to exist freely, move freely, pass by. It doesn't reflect in some kind of separate self in my mind. Well, sometimes it does, but it still does not make some kind of separation, subject and object. No, Gupta. Well, actually, yes. I was at one lake today and meditated in total relaxation for like an hour. But what is the goal for you when you meditate for 5 hours? You need to separate yourself from stress. Well, that is possible. Find out, is there a self? And look deeply and honestly in you. And do it as many times you can. No filter. There is no one meaning of life for all of us. Yo, new name. What's up, brother? Yes, Gupta, you can use meditation for that as well. Do with meditation, brother, whatever you want. Yo, yo, what's up, phenomenon? Well, dude, if you say meditation is waste of time, then anything can be waste of time. Meditation, dude, is totally the same appearance in this moment as anything else. How do I meditate? Well, it's just total relaxation. And being present. I would say it's just total relaxation, dude. And it doesn't matter if your eyes are closed or open. If I would say to you that when I meditate, there is just deep inner stillness, and I'm aware of it, well, I would lie to you in some way, because it does not happen only when you meditate. Dude, what is meditation really depends on your lifestyle. Meditation can be different for all of you, because for me there is maybe a slight borderline between meditation and other life. I mean, anything can be meditation. Maybe for you meditation is only when you sit and don't do anything. No, Lokesh, I do not know yoga. Hello, Kalaivani. Gupta, I really don't want to go into put meditation into so much explanations and termins. You asked me, can meditation be also doing aggressive exercising? Dude, tell me, what do you want from meditation? Yo, Ash. Because how is, for example, aggressive exercise better or worse than meditation? And how is meditation better or worse than dishwashing or working or sleeping? Everything in your life, dude, that happens in the same way. and it's needed for life in the same way. Meditation is totally not something more special than anything else. It's just one fragment of your life. It doesn't make this existence something more or less. Meditation will never create your some kind of true self. But I mean, you can use it for lots of purposes. I just want you to tell me, what is there more special in meditation than in anything else in your daily routine? Because in this way, we can come to some kind of illusion in you. If you feel like when you meditate, you are not lost and you are in peace, and when you don't meditate, you are lost and in chaos, well, this means that you think that there is someone in you who is struggling with all of this. Forget, and now all of you forget the words God and meditation. Let them pass away. For example, in my daily routine, daily life, there naturally comes some moment when I just like to sit silently, don't do anything with body and mind, well, consciously, and just merge in emptiness. And I don't call it meditation, dude. For example, if you want to poop, what would happen, dude, if there was no word for pooping or image for that? You still would want to do that naturally. Just go with the flow, dude. Maybe meditation is not needed for you. Maybe it is. But try to feel naturally what is meditation and for what it could be needed for you. I needed meditation because I wanted to find myself, not just to relax. Relaxation was never for me some kind of aim in meditation. For me, aim to meditate was clarity, clarity of my inner world. Gupta, I don't have specific things I want to talk about. Whatever is arising in chat is already enough. The chat is creating talks. Yodeli. Ash, you are a fast learner. It's not like no purpose. Dude, you create your own purpose. You can create purpose or you don't need to do that. It doesn't matter. Well, dude, your mind content in your life is definitely something else than my mind's content. But either way, it's just the content of your life, content of your mind. You have body and you have mind. We all understand what is the body, and you can easily see how it was given to you by your parents. But you think that you created your own mind, dude. You think that there is some kind of real you in your mind who fights with the mind. All the thoughts are equal, dude. Even the thoughts that pretend to think about other thoughts, dude, are the same thoughts. But most of you really feel like there is someone inside, higher self or your soul, call it what you want. Yes, there is emptiness, but this emptiness is as free as your thoughts, dude. This emptiness can flow naturally. Rans, I wouldn't say that we live in illusion. We live in reality. I would say that the only illusion is that there is separate self in you. All that you believe in is illusion. Dude, illusion is something that is not real. Now try to find at this moment the thinker of thoughts, the doer of life, the controller of your life. Try to find it. I mean, these thoughts are real, feelings, and so on. Anything, dude, is real, but directly try to find who is you. Yes, I dream in color. Yo, Venom. Well, Tali, the concept of separate self or soul is not illusion, it is concept. You can say it, you can believe in it. I mean, concepts are as real as thoughts. That's what I wanted to say. Anything is equal that you can perceive or even can't perceive. Lokesh, I already told you, dude, there is no one purpose of life. You decided in your own life, dude. Your life is unique for you. Don't worry. I can tell to you, relaxation is the purpose of life. And this will only be a belief in you, something you can hold on to, not some kind of real purpose. Anything that you can think of, dude, is not constant. Jack, you ask why people need God. What do you mean by this? Greetings to Budapest. I wish I could answer to someone of you, but you know, most things and processes in your mind are the best when you just leave them alone. Tali, well, yes, but dude, I don't know, maybe purpose of life can be forced. I don't know that, dude. If someone is put inside the jail, well, clearly he has not many options. But I mean outer options. Innerly, all the options. But I mean, why do you even need someone to tell you what is the purpose? Yes, no filter, the isness is just happening. Everything is just happening. And for example, consciousness is happening in the same way as unconsciousness, awareness as unawareness, emptiness and silence in the same way as content, thoughts, reactions, feelings. Man, I guess 5 seconds slow mode is too brutal today. It's not helping much. Yo, 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 Baeda. What's up, dude? Yes, I am Kendrick Lamar. Dude, I really don't need to get high. This chat flying by, these messages are making already my head dizzy. I don't know, Ash, what is up with chat today. It's different than other times. And it's also like that with chat. And I think that's awesome. It's always different. I don't know if you had this when you meditate, but sometimes there's deep emptiness perceived. and thoughts becomes very silent, your eyes can start to vibrate, like they just vibrate. And dude, if you try to read chat in this state, man, you're vibrating. That's good. That's good. Sorry, I will put on 10 seconds delay. Maybe that will help. Yes, cosmos creation. You experience and learn through differences. Exactly. And actually, I think that those dudes who spend all of their lives meditating in caves or in ashrams, basically experiencing just simple life, well, from what are they running from? And what are they holding in them if they don't want to experience all the colors of life? I don't know, Ash, it's just today's chat. Man, bro, I don't know what is spirituality. It's all about life. Either way, it's about this moment. But I mean, some people perceive spirituality as some kind of direct practices of their mind, like practices of turning your mind inwardly. But first you think that there is inner world and outer world, and then there can come a time, a realization, where you see that inner world and outer world are just the same. They are one. What is Sally talking about? I just noticed Sally. Yes, Lokesh. Too much text running in chat, but it will calm down after some moments. Sooner or later, people realize that all these messages don't make me respond. And I'm just as fine with not talking as talking. Yes, Ayush, I did see that game. Messi is a legend. Kushik, you ask if someone is atheist, can it be spiritual? Why do you want to be spiritual? Why do you want to be atheist? Why do you want to hold these labels subjectively? Sorry, brothers and sisters, we'll try 15-second delay. Yes, 5 goals in 2 games. No, Jack. But better tell me, are you following specific beliefs? And there is no problem, dude, in having beliefs. There is no problem, dude, in believing in beliefs. If you can realize that behind these beliefs and beliefs in beliefs, there is no fixed you. All these beliefs and beliefs in beliefs are just like clouds, dude. All your memories are like clouds. All your thoughts are like clouds. All the content of your mind, dude, is like clouds. They have different shapes, different colors, and they just pass by. And awareness of these clouds in your mind, this emptiness, this inner silence, is like sky, dude. Do you have a problem with clouds in nature? Probably no. Well, then how can it be that there is problem and suffering from your inner clouds? And this is the greatest illusion, because the answer, how can it be? Well, it will not lead you anywhere, because this is illusion. Sally, I am married either way. Forget it. But we can still be friends here. I am not into many wives. That's not for me. But if someone of you are, well, it's fine. What should you do to free from these clouds? Well, see that whatever you are doing, dude, are the same clouds. Do you see that the doer is always same as these clouds? Observe, just observe, dude. To notice this, to realize this, all you need to do is observe, relax, be passive, be open. Sally, go for a new name. New name is my little brother from India. Jack Willman, what do I mean by clouds? Well, you don't create clouds. You don't move these clouds directly. They appear and move by themselves. And your mind works in perfectly the same way. You don't create your thoughts, dude. If you feel like you create them or control them, well, it's illusion, dude. Look deeply. Can you really do that? Okay, new name, chill. You are huge and powerful. Big. Lokesh, of course, well, in future chats, if the chat will become more and more spammy, it's all gonna be chill because I just gonna turn on subscriber mode. But it's not quite needed for now. I like to see the creativity of people. Some of your comments are very creative, you know. For example, Sally is quite funny. Yes, Sally, but Sally, do you realize that if it's gonna be subscriber only mode, then it will be more easy for me to time out someone, even if you're subscribing. But I don't want to do that. I do that in rare cases. Runs, I don't have opinion on Jews. Why should I have specific opinion on Jews? Yo, Emerald. Yes, Tali. The second part of your message, yes. First part, well, those are your termins, dude, but It's so hot right now in here because it's summer that I want to take off my shirt, but man, Sally would go crazy. Okay, the storm of the chat is over. It passed. Adil, why do you need my beliefs? I don't identify myself as my beliefs. My beliefs change all the time, same as yours. Yes, Lokesh, I read your messages. Adil, if your beliefs don't change, well, okay. Leave them alone either way. Don't worry about your beliefs so much. Why do you carry so much importance in your beliefs? From where this importance is coming? And you know what? This importance in beliefs comes from the same place as the fear of death comes, fear of dying. Yes, I can speak for a few seconds in my native language. What do you want me to tell you? Corgi bars, that's right. Adele. Well, why do you see, Adele, beliefs and meaning as something separate? Why do you see anything as a problem? How is anything a problem? Let all freely exist in your mind. and in your body. And it doesn't mean that actions will stop to be taken, because actions and choices as well are the same as your beliefs. They still happen spontaneously. Because most people hear me saying, if I say to you, for example, don't do anything, allow everything to be, they don't fully realize what everything means. And they somehow don't see that taking actions are the same happenings as any other thought and content in the world. Lokesh, why I became so much spiritual? Tell me about your life story. Well, I would say it was through lots of suffering. And I had very weird experiences, like deep experiences of suffering. So probably I had two choices. Okay, maybe three choices. First, to die. Second, to start to do drugs, alcohol, and continue falling further into inner suffering. Or third, let it go. And you know, when you let go something very important from you, well, this, let's say, starts some kind of process of awakening. And if you make the most honest choices and healthy choices, then you will continue on this awakening path. Jivesi, Vesi, I don't know how to call you. I will tell you in Latvian. Okay, next topic. Listen. Labi, nākamo tēmu. That's it. That was in Latvian. Jackie Willman, well, it's totally fine if I'm making you to feel confused. Because then you can try to observe directly from where comes this confusion, where this confusion is leading. When confusion comes about anything, well, you don't have to panic. You don't have to fight it. Stay relaxed, stay open, and let this confusion teach you something from where it is coming, what it wants from you. Who is this you who is suffering from confusion? I'm on mushrooms, keep talking and and ringing stuff. No, man, that was not Indonesian. But I know in Indonesian words, Selamat pagi, terima kasih. No, Rans, I am from Latvia. Yes, I am brother with Mark Zuckerberg. Singularity, well, what you are watching is just your dream. It's just your own mind. All you see is your mind. Same movie, all the time. Different characters. Singularity. Why do you see some problem in your brains? Well, probably these thoughts, singularity, are giving you so much problem because they are so loud in your mind. And you have not practiced good enough to let them go. I would say most of the people feel like their work, their job is to think. And without them doing this job, they will lose their mind. Because I felt like this too. There was a time for me when this belief was so real in me that I have to deal with the thoughts. All the content of my mind. too much of things thinking makes man mad or abnormal, it will doubt existence. Man, I feel like everyone is going through, well, most people going through too much thinking, and they don't become mad. When you practice just to observe, dude, passively, just notice the content of your mind, emptiness behind it, and so on. Well, lots of that thoughts will eventually just drop off. I mean, basically, generally the content of your mind doesn't change, but the level of intensity in what these thoughts appear in you, well, it changes quite drastically, as well as level of importance to these thoughts. Akshay, well, yes, you can't change anything, and and you can at the same time, but you know what is also matrix, or better said, illusion, that you think or believe that you need to change something, that something, that this moment is not totally fine. And I want to clarify, if you would be in very bad situation, lost in the woods, of course you would try to change that situation. But it doesn't mean that that moment can be different. It doesn't mean that there is some kind of existential problem in that moment. I was saying that to Akshay Sakpal, because yes, this is matrix, but the one who feels helpless in you, it's not even there actually. there you see, if you would realize that there is no subject and object, then there would be totally no problem in this matrix, even if problem arises. Just inner freedom. You know, Quagmire, if I would scroll through YouTube lives, which I do very rarely, but thankfully you do. But you know, if I would scroll through YouTube lives, live streams, and scroll on to this dude, man, I would think he's crazy, like at first, definitely. And he's high, and all the words that you type here, Mark Zuckerberg and so on. Not blaming you. I would like and subscribe, well, maybe for curiosity. Maybe if something would spark in me, and I would stay in this stream for like 10 plus minutes. Maybe then slowly, my mind would become more open to that person. No problem. Valravn. Lokesh, dude, that's awesome that you know what should look like enlightenment and level 10 of 10 in enlightenment, because you know, dude, no one could tell if someone is enlightened and in what level. No one can do that, dude, because your mind is playing tricks with you. Your mind thinks that enlightenment should look like you want to see it. You think that enlightenment is something that your mind can understand, dude. But I just hope that you see through these tricks. It's not a big deal if you don't, but just ask to yourself, What are your beliefs? Varun, you are facing lots of problems in your life and you want to get rid of them. Well, you just described average person's life. I can't tell you why do you have these problems. Well, I can encourage you to observe your mind, your own life, have more clarity in you, and you will see better what are these problems, what actions are need to be taken. Lokesh, well, that's the thing. If I will give you some kind of explanation, what is enlightenment? You will start to perceive this as some kind of another scale that you can hold on to. Dude, just ask ChatGPT to give you most non-religious, most open definition of enlightenment based on common sense. And even then, even if the greatest engine on internet will give you these concepts, what will that change for you? Will you be enlightened then? I would say, dude, that, well, I can tell you this. Enlightenment is just stepping out from enlightenment, from a need to be enlightened, from the one who wants to be enlightened. Just step out all of this. Wake up, dude. All of this is your mind. I would say there is no some kind of final enlightenment. I would say when you realize, when you have realization that everything is the same happening, all of there is just this moment. Nothing is being directly attached to you. There is no you, and so on. When you just have this realization, you almost like start to learn to live again. And you learn something all the time, something that you was not able to learn while you was deeply into identifications. And each moment brings up some kind of old identities. Old patterns happens with you in cycles, comes back to you, and you just allow them to be. Basically, you just live, but without this old attachment, identification. Vessi will ask whatever question you want, but I'm not here to answer all the questions of you. Yes, Cross, the art of detachment, but behind real art of detachment is seeing, realizing that attachment can also happen and you're not attached to it. Learn to detach from everything till you will come to seeing that there is no need to detach. Skeptical, maybe, because you can give again any word that you want to detachment, the same way you give all of these words to God, existence. It will not change what detachment really is. But we all know how to do that, naturally, actually. We all know naturally how to detach. We all know naturally how to let go. You actually wouldn't be able to fall asleep at night if you wouldn't know how to detach. Yes, and liberation from suffering does not mean that suffering needs to end. It's more like about just removing this illusion, seeing through this illusion that you are being held by suffering. Free from illusion that suffering is identified with you. That someone real deals with this suffering. Dude, I will start to do some further live streams halfway naked. It's so crazy in summer to sit with shirt on. Man, it will look so weird. I will probably have to ban word gay then. Yo, Semil. Yep. Ashkei, who wants to escape Matrix? Why? Who's Ashkei? Who sees in you that that there is you and there is Matrix? Because actually, there is no subject and object. Everything is the same object, dude. Well, you don't see that the one who tries to escape Matrix is the same Matrix. Well, you will have always this fight in you. Okay, eclectic. Yes, Sevik, actually, when you pause your life That's a great example, because then you see what this moment is about. And leave this pause button on always. Yo, Kabit. Yo to Cameroon. Well, it would be hard for me to describe you what's going on, because all of this is going on at the same time, always. And there is such a great freedom in this, if you realize that everything comes and goes all the time. Nothing actually sticks to you if you let go the illusion of yourself. Yo, David from Croatia. Croatia is very beautiful. David, this is channel about your own mind and perception. Because, bro, All you create here is your own mind. All you perceive is your own mind. What is your relationship with your mind? David, that's awesome that you agree. Well, that means you're probably as well as many of people here into self-inquiry. This is a channel just about life and common sense. Good night, Cosmos. I will as well go after like 10 minutes. Getting a little bit tired. Peace, peace. It's that time, boys and girls. Today I have to go. It's not that I have to go. I want to go. Yep, until next time. You know I want to go because I want to watch a football game. I'm not actually that tired.